Hello, this is for the FAMU FSU College of Engineering mechatronics class. This is the automatic plant watering system by Jordan Weid and Cameron Riley. So this system basically keeps 3 plants watered depending on the user inputted watering interval. And then once the interval is hit and it's time for watering, it uses capacitive soil moisture sensors to measure the soil and then waters it different amounts based on how moist the soil is. So I'm just gonna show you the project. Right now this is kind of just a temporary thing. I'm gonna get a box that's sealed so it can be left outside indefinitely, and a plug for the Arduino so it doesn't have to be hooked up to my computer. So basically we have the Arduino that controls it, the breadboard, and those are the relays for the motors. And the LEDs, there's 5 of them. The first one says when it is on, so because this project, it's gonna be going indefinitely and really not doing anything for maybe days at a time. So the one LED at the top is just to let the user know that the system is on. And then the other 4 LEDs light up based on how much the plant has been watered. The LED at the bottom, the first one, that if the soil is already wet enough, it doesn't water, and that light turns on. And then the other 3 are 33%, 66%, and 100% watering. And if it's on 100% watering, all 4 LEDs will light up. And then there's also a button near the top 100% LED that when pressed, it kind of overrides the timer and waters all the plants based on the moisture levels. So when the timer is triggered, the Arduino turns on the relay, and that turns on the motor. And I have the ends of the pumps just back in a water bowl because these plants are already watered. But turns on the plant, uses the moisture sensor, and does it based on that time. So since this is done usually for days at a time, I changed the code that it's going to water one plant after 10 seconds, another plant after 20 seconds, and the third plant after 30 seconds, just to give an example. And like I said before, the pipes are just back in the water bowl because these plants should be watered. So I'm going to plug it in, load the code. It also outputs on here this moisture level of the plants. So nothing's happening right now because it hasn't hit an interval. After about 10 seconds, it should pop up soil moisture 1, give a reading. There it goes, it's 349. So that actually means it's wet enough, so one LED turns on. Because the plant wasn't watered, that's our 0% LED. Soon the second one should go. The second one was also 0% watering because it was below the interval. And then there goes the third pump. So that's watering at a specified time, and that was 33%, so it's 5 seconds of watering. And then the timer resets itself, and the first pump is going to go again shortly. But in reality, it'd be a few days in between. So that was watered at 66%. So that's basically the idea of it. And then here it shows us how it's being watered in that interval. So for example, the 349 here, if I'm just turn off the system. So if it goes to 349, that's below timer 1 interval. So the timer is 0 milliseconds. And that gets inputted into the power pump function to turn on the motor for 0 seconds really. If it's between 350 and 400, it's 5 seconds. 400, 450, it's 10 seconds, and greater than 450, which means it's very dry soil, it's 15 seconds. So, yep, that's our project. We'll keep these plants alive. Thanks.